the 257 billion.
It came back to proposed was 257. Then it came back.
Okay, but this year put together it's over 300.
Yes.
So is that good news?
It's good news. I'd like to start from the good news. And the first thing I would like to take from the last speaker is on the impact of foreign exchange rate on the budget assessment. We have to bear in mind that our spending is in naira. Salaries have not increased at the rate of dollar. So it's not a direct translation, in my view, from what the exchange rate is straight to what the government is spending. On the other hand, the fact that a lot of payments for goods and services are in naira, the increase in the exchange rate they're using for the budget allows for more naira to meet at the old rate. So that's something I would like us to bear in mind. The health budget has seen a decent growth overall, from 250 in total, and especially the capital side of things, 250 to 300 billion, now 301 billion is about just in line with the national budget itself. Is about 20%, right? But if we look at the capital component, which is what delivers the goods and services mainly, that's what is used to procure the vaccines, the essential medicines and all of that, the infrastructure, it has grown from 28 billion naira to 51 billion. So that's a growth of about 80%. So in real terms, that's commendable, is appreciable. And also a big part of it is going to things that are under the purview of the headquarters of the Federal Ministry of Health. So a lot of projects that they've had in mind to do in the teaching hospitals and a couple of other places, primary healthcare centers. In fact, the focus is on primary healthcare centers at this time, revitalization. So they'll be in a better position to do that. But borrowing from my friend, the economist, in real terms, in terms of the fact that those vaccines and co are procured in dollars this time, so that growth is maybe probably about 20% in real terms, in terms of the capital increase.
Okay, Mr. Como, well, security. Okay, so for capital expenditure for security alone, defense, for instance, got about 140 billion there. That's for capital expenditure. Now, I'm trying to find the bit for the recurrent expenditure.
Adding, so that's 325.87 billion.
So put that together, that's almost 500 billion.
Okay.
Is that good enough for where we are?
Well, when you also say security, you have to enlarge it to include interior, MOI, because those are security services generally.
So
when you say MOD, you are talking about the armed forces.
So including the interior.
Yes, everything comes out to about $1 trillion. Everything. That's both the recurrent and capital side for interior and MOD. And it suffers from some of the things that they've said. Now, the important thing here is let's look at the capital component. The recurrent is in naira, so that's okay. I mean, it's not okay. It's not enough because you find that there appears to be a stagnation of the figures. First of all, the recurrent for MOI is higher. It's about 500 and something billion. MOI recurrent, 482 billion, because you have more policemen and civil defense and those people, prison wardens, fire service people, in that order. And then the recurrent for MOD is 325, sorry, because you have, a fewer soldiers, if you know what I mean. But the main thing there is the capital. How are we going to buy boats? We need naval gunboats to patrol the waters. We go around asking other nations to donate platforms, boats for us to patrol our territorial waters. We are fighting a war in the northeast, active war right now in the northeast, and that conflict is yet to be resolved. And we have JTF operations in 34 states of the country. And these are all military personnel out there. We have all the operations going on in the Niger Delta region, the land component operations, not even the littoral operations now, the land component operations. So these all require a lot of material. They require resourcing. And this is where we were. This is how come it was being alleged that for so very many years the military was not being resupplied with arms because we had inadequate provisions of this nature in there. Because when you say you are providing for the whole MOD 140 billion for arms, I mean, is that for the Army? Is that for the Air Force? Is that for the Navy? Or is that for the whole services, tri-service? You know, I mean, then you have training in here. You have all the training components. So, I mean, there are so many things to do in there. Let me tell you why what I'm saying is important. I don't want to take anything away from any other sector, but I think some sectors appear to have been unduly favored. Because if we build houses, we build power plants, and the bad guys go there and take them down, what have we achieved? Yet that appears to have been the the kind of focus of this budget. We focus more, like they said, on infrastructure. This is good. We want to employ people, but there are smart ways. Look at what Roosevelt did, in the U.S., which is a program to get Americans employed. And so you have other ways you can do this thing rather than giving Julius Berger or whoever else is out there these huge contracts to come in and build. And meanwhile, we don't have enough guns, bullets, boats, and planes for our services while we have an active war on ground. That's my problem. We have look at all the killings. I just issued a statement yesterday. Look at the killings in Zamfara State, Kaduna State, Taraba State. The whole country is awash in violence, and we have ungoverned spaces all over this country, what we call ungoverned spaces. So you have pastoralists coming from Mali to come and kill people in Nigeria because the place is not governed. To me, that is a bigger priority than whatever else it is they want to do. I don't want to knock any. I don't want to knock health or education or whoever else. Please, I think they are all important because when I'm sick, I want to get a competent health care. But at the same time, I think first, I don't want anybody to shoot me. I think that's job one.
So there was the picture painted here looks really bleak. But yet the president has said this budget of 2017 will deliver economic recovery. Based on what Mr. Ikomo has, the picture Mr. Ikomo has painted, and maybe you can just tie that in a little bit, how can this budget deliver? And your colleague talked about the fact that the exchange rate has actually depleted this huge budget that we seem to have. So how can he deliver?
Well, it will not deliver recovery just by implementing the numbers in that budget. What will deliver recovery is those policies that will stimulate economic growth that is not fueled by the budget. There are very few countries that can actually stimulate the economy from the budget. When America was in recession, Obama did not stimulate the economy from the budget. He got the financial community, the financial institutions to put money. He got the Federal Reserve to put money outside the budget. It wasn't a budget-driven process, because how many people does the federal and all its governments in Nigeria employ? All of them put together, less than 5 million. Out of 170 million Nigerians, half of them of working population, let's say we have 80 million working population. So you don't do that from the budget. What you do is have policies that attract investment. And as Mr. Ikomo has said, you as government, we have to take care of defense. That is our job. We have to take care of health at the primary level. Okay. We have to take care of education at the primary level.
All right. You've said something about policy, and so we'll just go on this quick break. When we come back, we'll look more into the policies that can help deliver on this 2017 budget. To stay with us on Sunrise.